And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. Now a first carry for Giovani Bernard. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Play action. Now Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at 2nd down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Play action. It's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And all the way down to the 35. A huge play there for Arizona. And even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll run it here with Bernard. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. They go play action now. Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play. The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. From the gun, it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He's to the 10. And the Cardinals are in. Touchdown. And maybe the defense got so caught up in him throwing the football, they forgot he can take off too.
And you often hear about the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Sturgis adds the PAT, and we are tied at 7. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5. So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. A handoff to Barkley. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, Rosen. Buying time to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
On 3rd down, Rosen. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Melvin Ingram in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. And the early going, it's the Texans out in front. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. Spins away, and he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. And they really want him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves them still needing 11 here on 3rd down. They go play action with Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, look at that, Chuck. A rookie picked the rookie on that play.
How about that? Is that rookie-on-rookie crime? But you know what happens, too. If you're a rookie defender, you tend to adjust to the game a little bit quicker than if you're a quarterback. Too many things still going through his mind. And on that play, the rookie defender won the battle.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The threat of a 2nd straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. Out left side here to Bryant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. So the 14 yards actually takes them from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now Rosen on 1st down. He's going to go deep for Conley. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Rosen will throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know, they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to go up top again. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Detroit! Detroit!
Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his tight end, Njoku. And he coughed it up. And this belongs to the Vikings. Some guys just have a knack for creating turnovers. He's got a little bit of that going. He forced a fumble last week, another one there.
And it just drives teams crazy because they realize that certain guys, as you said, have that knack, and they're trying to keep them away from the action, away from the ball. But the best ones have that overwhelming desire, that overwhelming need to get to the football and make it happen, and that he does.
It's Vontae Davis, the Pro Bowler, in on the stop.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Vontae Davis. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Now a toss play to Bernard. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Now Jackson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. Oh, a heck of a move. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson looking deep downfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Shaquill Griffin with a pick. Then he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. After the interception, here's Rosen. whips that one incomplete there. Dez Bryant, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
So now it's Rosen looking. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. More from Minneapolis after this.
Leopard! Leopard!
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Throw left side complete. It's Lee. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 52 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Cardinals on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Sturgis able to knock it through. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now Bernard. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now Darkwa, about 3 yards there to the 27.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
All right, here we go. 3, 19.
From the gun, Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lee. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They'll run it now out of the gun. Open space inside the 10. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Now Sturgis on to add the extra point. Sturgis for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Escaping the pressure right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting at 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to be met at about the 43. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Rosen to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Melvin Ingram in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his right. And a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Lucky 56. Over.
On the toss, Bernard. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Jackson, off play action. It's brought in by Kevin White. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got the hook up to Lee. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Orleans Darkwa, his first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Sturgis adds the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barkley again. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Gun! Detroit!
Here we go. It's Rosen on 4th down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. four-time Pro Bowler Derek Johnson. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football. And at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Now, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Vikings. Paul Richardson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Now Rosen will lead them up here to go for two.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
They're going to try and run. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 scores down, 2 timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. Then the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Well, he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Set. Green 39.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Cards, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4 and 2. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3 and 3. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.